Taxi operator pleads guilty after crash that killed 5 passengers. A taxi operator who was charged last year after being in a crash that killed 5 of his passengers in Westmoreland pleaded guilty on Thursday. Delroy Rodney, 47, pleaded guilty to 5 counts of causing death by dangerous driving when he appeared in the Westmoreland Circuit Court. Rodney's charges stem from a fatal vehicular crash that occurred on November 13 last year, when his Toyota Voxy, which he was operating as a public passenger vehicle, collided with a motor truck on the Bluefields Main Road in Westmoreland. He was subsequently charged following an investigation into the crash. His bail has been extended to February 20 next year, when a sentencing hearing is to be held. The presiding judge, Justice Courtney Day, has ordered a social inquiry report and a victim impact report. Those who perished in the crash are 15-year-old schoolgirl Lasivia Forrester and her 39-year-old mother Petrina Wallace of Garden District in White House. O'Neill Allen and his mother 65-year-old Angela Samuel of Mount Edgecombe and 54-year-old Janet Thompson. 14 left homeless following St. James fire. A fire in the early hours of Wednesday on Art Street in Montego Bay, St. James have left 14 homeless. Head of the St. James Division of Jamaica Fire Brigade, Acting Senior Superintendent Terry Ann Leslie, spoke with our news center on Thursday.
So the fire, we received the call at 1:51 a.m. and responded with 3 units, 2 from the Montego Bay Fire Station and an additional pumper from the Ironshore Fire Station. Fire was confined to 2 houses, 2 dwelling houses, one which was fully destroyed, the other partially. The one that was fully destroyed was constructed from board and zinc. The partially destroyed dwelling was constructed from concrete and slab roofing.
She says 6 children among those homeless following the blaze.
It was reported that 14 persons, 5 adults, 6 children, and we are also conducting the investigation as we speak. So the cause of fire is undetermined.
Acting Senior Superintendent Terry Ann Leslie, head of the St. James Division of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. Chinese-made rifle and ammunition found hidden in Spanish Town. The St. Catherine South Police seized a Chinese SKS rifle with a magazine containing 2 rounds of ammunition on a hillside during an operation in Mount River, Spanish Town in the parish on Tuesday, November the 12th. Reports from the Old Harbour Police are that about 8:45 a.m., law enforcers were in the area patrolling when they stumbled upon a hole that was packed with stones, which aroused their suspicion. They conducted a search of the area, during which the firearm and magazine were found. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. The investigation is ongoing. Bling shot and killed in daylight attack on Coley Smith Drive. A man who is believed to have been connected to a gang in Top Jungle Arnett Gardens was shot and killed by gunmen traveling on a motorcycle along Coley Smith Drive in Kingston on Thursday. The deceased is 33-year-old Stuart Burton, alias Bling. Reports are that about 11 a.m. Burton was walking along the roadway when a motorcycle was driven up with 2 men aboard who brandished guns and opened fire, hitting him several times. The gunmen then fled the scene. Burton was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. No motive has been identified for the gun attack, but the Kingston Western Police are probing the development. 34 killed in 31 fatal crashes in October. The Island Traffic Authority (ITA) is reporting that 34 road users were killed in 31 fatal crashes during the month of October. The ITA said this is the same number of fatalities that was recorded in October 2023. It said fatalities at the end of October 2024 were projected to decrease by 9% when compared with 2023. According to the latest statistics released this week by the ITA, motorcyclists accounted for 38% of the road users killed in October 2024. Private motor vehicle passengers accounted for 18%, and pedestrians accounted for 9%. The group classified as most vulnerable road users, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pillion riders, accounted for 53% combined of all the fatalities recorded during the month. Overall, passengers accounted for 26% of all those killed. The ITA also reported that males accounted for 88% of the fatalities, with females accounted for 12%. It said the parish of Westmoreland recorded 21% of all road deaths during the month, followed by St. Catherine with 18%. Strong evidence led to detention of policemen in the fatal Windward Road shooting. The Independent Commission of Investigation, INDECOM, says its swift request to the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF for the arrest of 2 policemen implicated in the fatal shooting of 3 men on Windward Road in East Kingston was based on significant evidence. The fatal shooting occurred on Sunday, November the 10th. According to a preliminary report, hours after the incident, 2 policemen who were on patrol in a service vehicle highlighted and accosted 3 men who opened fire on them. The policemen reportedly returned fire, and all 3 men were hit. One of the 2 lawmen, as police sergeant, also suffered injuries. The 3 men were pronounced dead at hospital, and the sergeant treated for what INDECOM described as alleged gunshot wounds. The deceased are 17-year-old O'Shane Stubbs, 19-year-old Orlando Campbell, and 20-year-old Keyshawn Smith. 2 illegal firearms and a quantity of ammunition were also reportedly taken from the scene. INDECOM says the policemen involved were not wearing body cameras at the time of the incident, nor were any issued. In a development on Thursday, the police high command disclosed in a statement just after 5 a.m. that based on information it had received, it had ordered that the policemen be detained. It said they would remain in detention pending the completion of a probe by INDECOM. But in a subsequent statement on Thursday, INDECOM noted that the agency had uncovered significant evidence during its early investigative work. It said it was that which necessitated the urgency with which it enlisted the assistance of the constabulary. Under the law, INDECOM is required to engage the JCF to effect any arrest of any law enforcement officer or agent of the same. INDECOM says it wrote formally to the JCF on November 12, requesting the arrest and detention of the 2 members who were involved in the triple fatal shooting. The Commission says the JCF advised it on Wednesday, November 13, that the request was completed. It says the lawmen will be detained pending a judge-ruled interview by INDECOM investigators. Meanwhile, the oversight body says it acknowledged that there has been full cooperation by the JCF High Command and its Internal Investigation Bureau. INDECOM says
Firstly, welcome the statement from the Police High Command because it certainly signals that there is transparency in action and how the Police High Command wishes to communicate with the public about its own commitments to ensure that there's a highest level of professionalism there. So the statement is welcomed. Notwithstanding the nature of the statement, however, I think in terms of balancing justice, I have to remind the Jamaican people who are reading the statement and seeing the news item that the officers involved still have their constitutional rights to the presumption of innocence. So we certainly must wait until the investigation takes its course.
Ms. Jackson says the case strengthens argument for law enforcement officers to wear working body-worn cameras.
This reiterates the importance of the body-worn cameras being utilized and activated when officers are on active duties, because what it means is that there is less reliance on witnesses coming forward, because you will need witness statement when a trial comes underway, if it comes underway in this particular context. So the body-worn cameras and that neutral evidence is quite important, and I just have to reiterate that and JFJ's position on the matter.